you'll all enjoy here tonight. First and foremost, thank you for joining us. And I'd like to introduce you to our host this evening, our Vice President of Corporate Development, Mr. AJ Poole. AJ?
Thanks, Jeff. Again, wanted to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Many of you I know or got the chance to meet tonight. Hopefully I get the chance to meet everybody else as the evening goes on. But should be a wonderful night. We'll be turning it over to Jeff here momentarily to talk with Coach Richards as well as the other Olympic participants that will be representing their countries in the upcoming games in Sochi here in a few weeks. Did want to say one quick special thank you to Hollywood Casino for hosting us tonight. Hopefully everyone has been to Hollywood before, but if this is your first time, please make sure to check out the lovely gaming floor, all the other entertainment options that they do have out there. I'm sure you'll find that this is on par with any of the finest casinos in Las Vegas.
The lady we always see.
Certainly since they've opened their doors here almost a year and a half ago, they've been wonderful partners of ours, wonderful partners of the community. So again, thank you very much to Hollywood, and Jeff, let the show begin.
Thanks, AJ. Well, how exciting is it that we have a great event like this one here tonight with the Blue Jackets on a 4-game winning streak. More and more to come. An exciting time for the Blue Jackets, an exciting time for our fans and our sponsors. And of course, next month, very exciting event as a number of the Blue Jacket players will be traveling to Sochi and will participate in the Olympic Games. And a very, very special time for 4 of our Blue Jackets who I'm happy to say have joined us here tonight. And I'd certainly like to introduce them. And let me begin with the man that likely will guard the nets, not only for the Blue Jackets this season, but likely for Team Russia. How about a warm hand for Sergei Bobrovsky? Sergei? A lot of fans talk here in Columbus about the fact the Blue Jackets do not have a captain, but I can tell you one thing. We have a member of our hockey club that not only is the ringleader as far as our Russian floor, but he's a very, very key member of our hockey club in the dressing room each and every night. And of course, on the ice, he's having an outstanding season. And I want to call him up here right now. I want a warm hand for Fedor Tyutin. Another member of our Russian four that is having an outstanding season. And I know he's pretty excited about the Olympics. I want a warm hand for Nikita Nikitin. Yeah, right here, bud. And certainly last but not least, boy, has this man made a difference to our hockey club since being acquired. I want a warm hand for Artem Anisimov. The Blue Jackets will be represented in Sochi, we hope, touch wood, by a member of the Slovakian Olympic team, and we're happy to say he's on the bench. Talked to him earlier here tonight, and he's going to come up and join us as well. How about a warm hand, and we all wish him a speedy recovery. He's well on that road. Marian Gaborik. Marian, come on up. And that's not where it ends, ladies and gentlemen. A man that's done an outstanding job with the Blue Jackets, and he is focused on continuing that right up until we finish things off on the 7th of February in San Jose. And then his focus and attention will turn to Team USA. And we're proud to say, a member of the coaching staff of the U.S. Olympic team, our very own Todd Richards. Todd, come on up. Now, I asked Fedor to join us here, and he's a little under the weather, so we'll limit our questions to him. But Fedor, for you, I understand this is your third Olympics, is that right?
One. Yes, good.
Now, does it have more meaning this third time with the fact that you've got 3 other Blue Jackets joining you in the Olympics, and it's in your home country, of course?
Yeah, of course. I think it's always special, you know, be choosing to play for your country, and especially like you said, this year it's in Russia. It makes very special, and being having 3 more guys coming from our team, and just proud of it. And you know, on our part, I can promise we try to represent Blue Jackets there as well.
Now, the fact that it's going to be in Sochi, I got to think that it's going to be important for you and your teammates here with Columbus and the Russian team overall to really represent the country well. Now, is that going to be an edge for Team Russia, playing in your home country, or is that going to mean more pressure?
Well, I think it's going to be enough motivation there for all of us, and it's going to be lots of pressure, of course. But as a professional, we've been dealing with it before, and just got to go out there and play our best hockey.
How excited were you to see 3 of your teammates being named to that Russian team along with you?
That's great. I'm happy for the guys. You know, it's their first Olympics. I'm sure they're going to have great experience, great time, and hopefully we're going to come back with medals. Not like me.
Will they ask you a lot of questions about the Olympics and about playing for Russia?
Not yet. I think it won't be until we hop on the plane and go over there, just because, you know, we've been pretty busy here, and all our focus right now is on next game with Blue Jacket.
I like that. I like that. Marian, first and foremost, how's your health? Of course, undergoing surgery shortly after you broke the collarbone, and I guess it was an effort to speed up the healing process. What can you tell us here about your health here? And I know the idea here is that you'd be well enough to play for the Blue Jackets before the Olympics themselves. What can you tell us?
Well, I mean, it's not an ideal situation, but it's getting better every day, you know, trying to work on it and do the treatment every day. And, you know, it's just gonna heal, that's the bottom line. So I'm going to have another follow-up, another x-rays in 10 days or so. And you know, if the doctors will see a new bone, that's going to be a good sign, and I'm going to be able to do more stuff. So, you know, in terms of Olympics, like Todd said, it's very, you know, it's a great honor to be selected, and it's my goal to try to make it and try to play. But you know, I'm trying to take it a day at a time and go from there.
How many Olympics is this for you, and the fact that it's going to be played overseas in Sochi for your teammates?
It's going to be my third Olympics. You know, I think we're going to be underdog, that's for sure. You know, a lot of pressure on Russian team, you know, as a home team. So, you know, we're going to try to go there and just play, like you said, play our best hockey. You know, we don't have the best team on paper, but you know, I think we have some guys that are very experienced, and we can surprise everybody out there.
Much talk in the dressing room yet about those games, and you got 4 of your teammates here on Team Russia. You guys done any trash talking yet, or is that something that's going to happen here just before the games themselves?
Not yet, but I'm sure, closer to Olympics, there's going to be some talk, so we'll see.
All right, what about the coach? Much going to be said by the players to the coach here. After all, he's going to be part of that USA staff. No, I was more asking them if they had anything to say to the coach here, knowing that you're going to be on the enemy side come the Olympic Games.
Well, I think our first game is against US, so I'll be able to play. I'm going to try to aim to get a win. So it's going to be a big test for us, but they're favorites, so we're going to be underdog, and it's a lot of pressure in their corner.
Oh, you're saying the U.S. is favorite, not Team Russia?
Oh, I meant the game that we.
Oh, in the game that you're playing.
So.
Who's the favorite?
Overall?
Overall.
Well, I think Canada is favorite for sure, but Russia and also Finland and Sweden has a lot to say. I don't know about the U.S., but.
Hey, just a word of advice. Everyone in this room is an American fan. You better watch what you say.
Try to steer it up a little bit,
Coach, it's got to be an honor to represent your country, and I know, and you've talked about it, and you kind of keep the dialogue down to very few words here because you're focused on the Blue Jackets, but at the same time, you've got to be very, very excited and honored to represent your country and be on that coaching staff come the Olympic Games.
It's a great honor. That's probably understating it as well. I got a phone call this summer from Dan, and my fingers were crossed from the first time Dan Bilesma was named head coach of the Olympic team, and he called me late in the summer, and I was excited. I was overwhelmed. It's something as a kid growing up in Minnesota, and this is back when I was young. The natural progression was in Minnesota, play youth hockey, go to college, and about halfway through college, represent your country in the Olympics, and then eventually go pro. And I missed that. I didn't make the team. I got cut from the 1988 team, and I think when that window closes, you think that dream has passed you by. But fortunate enough for me, I get another opportunity at it.
Talk in terms of the team, and obviously, as Marian has suggested, the U.S. will certainly have a strong team come the Olympics, but the fact that obviously a lot of thought went into picking the team, a lot was said after the team was picked based on the fact that there were a couple of reporters or media folks that had some things to say that maybe the U.S. team did not want necessarily to be in print and out there, but boy, a lot of thought went in from the Team USA perspective. As all the teams.
Yeah, all the teams did the same thing. I mean, we weren't any different than as far as the procedure and the selection of the players. I think the one thing that was different with USA Hockey this year was that the pool was deeper. I think as youth hockey throughout the United States, you're seeing more kids from California, you're seeing more kids from the South, and it just makes the selection process more difficult. And when it becomes more difficult, then you have sometimes a little bit more problems. And there were some things that came out that probably shouldn't have, but that happened. But as far as our team goes, we're excited about our team. And I know Marian touched on it a little bit as far as the other teams in this Olympics. In a 2-week tournament, all you need is one player, a goaltender, to get hot. All you need is specialty teams to be really good. If your power play is really good, your penalty kill is really good. In a 2-week tournament, that can win a tournament. And there are lots of really good teams. The Russians are good. The Slovakians are going to be a tough team to deal with. The Swedes, the Finns. There's going to be a lot of deep teams, and it's going to be some really good hockey. And the team that wins the gold is going to need a little bit of luck too.
As coach of the Blue Jackets, you've got to be proud too. In particular, Team Russia, you have 4 representatives on your hockey club that will represent Russia. And Blue Jackets aside, and Team USA aside, you have to be proud.
Extremely proud of these guys. These guys have put in the work, and not just this year. I mean, it's everything that they've done in the past throughout their careers that have got them to this point, this level. And and they've earned the right to go and represent their country. So I think everyone in here probably feels the same way. That you know, it's nice when you can be attached to a team. And obviously in Columbus, you guys are all fans of the Columbus Blue Jackets, so you're attached to all the guys. And it's nice when you can sit home. You guys will have to get up early. It'll probably be 6:30 in the morning to watch, but you guys can get up early in the morning and you can watch the Russians play the Slovaks, and you can be attached to that game because you can watch some of your players play and you can root for that team. So it's proud on their behalf, but it's also nice that these guys can go over and represent their countries, but also represent the red, white, and blue that's on the crest here.
Now, in addition to coaching USA, you'll have an opportunity to watch these players perform, your players and others, and that's got to be something that you're looking forward to as well as a coach.
It is. It's you know, I'm a fan of the game too. Not only work it, but we're going to be watching the best hockey in the world. You know, played at its highest level with the best players in the world. You know, if you're a hockey fan, this is what you dream about. The other thing that I find that's really valuable as a coach is, you know, being on the Team USA, being in the locker room, and now is being able to interact with other players from other teams and seeing how they interact in the room and see what goes on behind the scenes and personalities. And I was able to do that in the 2010 World Championships over in Germany. And you learn a lot about these other players just by spending a little bit of time with them.
Now, do you know what your role will be? Will you be on the bench? Will you be looking after the defensemen? Will you be the eye in the sky? Do you know what your role is going to be?
Right now, my understanding is I'll be on the bench and I'll be running the defenseman.
As a former defenseman, so you're right there.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I get to coach the defenseman again.
All right, I certainly have to ask you about the Blue Jackets and obviously this big push here before the Olympics. Your thoughts here on the club's recent play and these big games that are coming up even before the Jackets kind of hang it up there for 3 weeks with the Olympics on the 8th of February.
The guys deserve all the credit. They're the ones that are going out there and doing it. And you know, as a coach, you ask them to do certain things that'll hopefully bring your team success, and they're going out and they're doing it. I think just before Christmas, I think the guys started to find their stride and things that we needed to do to have success. After the Christmas break, I think it's some of the best hockey that we've played. And I'm talking more on a consistent basis. I think everyone in here knows, you know, kind of the roller coaster that we were on. You guys are probably on the same roller coaster that we were on, just with the emotions. And I think now we've found that consistency where we're playing at a high level. And what I liked about our game on Monday against Tampa was, you know what, we had a dip in the second period. We had that earlier in the season, but to me, the guys went out in the third period and we elevated their game again, and we found our game, and then found a way to win the game. So, it was an important game on Monday. But all it did was, you know, we're still looking up at a lot of teams. So 4-game win streak is great, but that's behind us, and all we can focus on is Washington on Friday. And I think everyone knows, following the standings and what's going on, that's going to be a huge game. So I hope the players have looked at that. I'm sure that they'll be ready to go, and hopefully it'll be an exciting game.
Marian, what's it been like watching the team play here and see the improvement of the team? I know that you'd rather be on the ice with your teammates. You're an integral part, obviously, of the hockey club. The guys certainly in the dressing room kind of rally around you. What's it been like watching the team here of late?
Well, it's definitely, you know, not fun to watch, because when you can't help out there, you know, you try to be out there and enjoy the game with the guys. But you know, like Richie was saying, that the guys really stepped up the game as of late. You know, it's been very consistent. You know, you could see the guys, whole 4 lines rolling, and you know, guys got back from injuries, and Bob playing just some great hockey right now. You know, stopping a lot of pucks, and actually, how I said, it's not fun to watch, but it's been fun. You know what I mean? So yeah, the guys are playing well, and hopefully they can keep it up.
Part of your country there, because it'd be great to be there and represent the company, the Blue Jackets, there in the Olympics as well. Thank you. Fedor, one last question for you. What's your feelings here, watching the team here in recent games? As Coach says, since Christmas, there seems to be an escalation of the hockey club here. There's got to be a pretty good feeling in the dressing room here right now. You get behind the other night in Tampa at the big third period. It almost seems like you and your teammates feel you can go out there and win every night.
Yeah, it's it's a great feeling. You know, it's always better when you win games, and it's better atmosphere at home, everywhere in the locker room. And like Coach said, I think we start building that momentum we have at the end of last season. And like you said, you go in the locker room down 1 goal or whatever, you just have that feeling, you know, you're gonna come back and win the game, and you just gotta keep going and make it stronger.
Fedor, and he's a little under the weather here, but we certainly appreciate him being here tonight, talking to us. And how about a warm hand here for our gentleman here for the program here, Fedor Tyutin. Head coach Todd and Marian Gaborik. We want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. Enjoy opportunities here to get some pictures and autographs. We'd also welcome you here to remain here. Try your luck at the tables. I won't be too lucky, but I might try a little bit, and we encourage you to go out there and have a little bit of fun here at the Hollywood Casino. It's a great night, and thank you all for coming.